I am privileged today to have the founder of Fathom and one of the co-founders of the new travel conference, Pavia Rizzotti, with me, who just finished an epic event of a 5-day virtual travel conference, 120 exhibitors, and over 1,500 attendees. And I thought it would be invaluable to talk to her on some of the insights that she gathered from having such a breadth of talent in the room for 5 days. So one of the key things, I suppose, with going through what we are at the moment and wondering what's next, what are our consumers looking for, I thought there'd be some valuable insights on what kind of trends you're seeing from consumers. What are they asking for? We know before we went into this, there was building up of the multi-generational travel, wellness. What have we seen in the last few months, and what do we think is going to be happening going forward?
Thank you so much for having me and for asking me here. And thank you for the kind words about the conference last week. Interestingly, a lot of the trends that we are hearing about are trends that were already trending. Number one, nature. Getting out into nature, that was already a rising trend, even more so. Number two, wellness travel. Wellness had already been booming as a trend. We've seen so many interesting and innovative resorts opening recently. The Shah Wellness Clinic, which has been opening, was in the middle of was planning to open a second outpost. The Octave at Sangha in China.
Mm-hmm.
There, Six Senses expanding into New York City. We've seen a lot of wellness, new properties, and then just wellness infused throughout offerings at hotels, chain hotels offering a meditation room. Where apparently for an extra $50 a night, you get a yoga mat in the room. Not worth that. Multi-generational families, again, something that has already been trending, now even more so. If this forced break has done anything, it's made us reconsider who really matters to us, right? And
Makes
as
sense.
our circles have gotten so much smaller, our travel circles will stay smaller also.
Right.
Fourth trend that's related to that, the buyout. Everybody wants to see, how can I go someplace and be the only one there, or limit it so that it's my own small family, or my own small self-contained travel bubble. I want to travel somewhere with 5 other friends. So villa rentals, staying at a small hotel where you can do a buyout, whether that's a fancy campground where you can arrange to do that. But the whole idea of how can we go as private as possible. Related to that, private jets are coming down in price.
Amazing.
Great. Expensive villas and private jets. Wonderful. It's a good time to be rich. These are very important trends. At the same time, I think people are looking for ways, even at lower price points, to take advantage of these things. So maybe you're not flying private to get to the destination that you want, but maybe this year you'll stay closer to home and drive.
Right.
So drive market is a 5th trend that everybody's been hearing about. You're probably not learning anything from me here, but drive market has become a very important trend because people are still reluctant to get on planes. So the things that we're not seeing as much demand for, big cities.
Right.
There's not as much demand to be in big cities. There's not as much demand to be in a crowded place. Which is great for cities because this is going to give, if over-tourism was a real threat a couple of years ago, over-tourism is having a bad year.
It is.
And wouldn't it be wonderful if destinations can use this as a moment to reconsider, when we can reopen, what better destination management policies would look like? And also another big trend I should add, the 6th big trend is traveling less, but traveling with more awareness. It was interesting last week, all the conversations that I had with diehard travelers who have said, I have never, since I was 15, spent more time at home.
Right.
First of all, it's not so bad. Second of all, what was I running to that I kept going and going? It's a little bit of a hamster wheel to it. Instead of popping around to different places, let's go to fewer places and get to know them a lot better.
More
So
quality.
that was a really big trend. Instead of treating
Interesting.
travel like a bucket list to tick
Right.
off,
Tick.
put the phone down and experience the place that you're in.
Be present. Yeah.
That was a real big trend. I mean, if these are the trends that we're paying attention to, how great would travel be if these are the things that people really continue to focus on? And if these are lessons that we learn as opposed to a blip, and then we go back to being our inconsiderate, dumb, spendthrift, wasters.
Exactly.
I think so much of us.
No, definitely. And really positive, isn't it? Because, it's protecting the environment.
Absolutely.
Connecting with each other.
There's nothing but good stuff that can come around.
Right.
There's nothing but good stuff that can come about being immersed in nature, surrounded by people who you love in a slow and thoughtful, responsible, and respectful way.
Exactly.
How great.
Sign me up. When can we go?
I know.